some stuff that you're like, hold up, Coach Trell, what you talking about? Let me go ahead and write that down. So I'm going to be talking about ingredients in a sense. And so some of these words, I'm not going to even tell no untruth to y'all. They hard to pronounce. And so I may be using my Google to help me pronunciate these words correctly so we can all pronunciate them correctly. Again, I am no scientist. I am no chemist. I am no cosmetologist, no licensed stylist. If anything, I'm what they call a kitchen stylist or um, one of those people. I don't have a certification or license or anything like that. Everything I'm sharing with you is stuff from my own personal experience, experiences that people have shared within the different curl communities, things I've researched, things I've Googled, things I've read, just took a nosedive into understanding natural hair, black hair, and I am sharing it all with you. So, in a sense, we are all learning together. So, with that being said, welcome to Main Chat live stream. We are on part 13, and we're going to be talking about understanding your shampoo 101. Main Chat is here to empower you with tips, tricks, and truth about embracing and caring for your natural hair. And whether you are a newbie, a seasoned natural, or somewhere in between, my hopes is that you find inspiration, education, and maybe even a little laughter along the way. I am Coach Trell. I am a natural I'm a natural 14 years, going on 15 years in October. I am a educator of natural hair. I love natural hair. Um, as I stated, I've been natural almost 15 years in August, October, one of those. But almost 3 years ago, come this coming August, I really started to embrace my natural hair. I came across this product called Curl Mix. They help you master your curls with their four step wash and go system. And I truly, honestly bought the products for my daughter because she wanted to embrace her natural hair and wear it, and I couldn't figure out how to maintain her curl pattern. And so her curls was extremely beautiful for our first attempt. And I was like, let me try this on my hair. Not going to tell you no untruth. I was very doubtful that my hair would do what I saw her hair do and the other ladies in the community. But with patience, acceptance, consistency, and education, I was able to master my curls using the Curl Mix four-step system. Um, I would say it took me about a good 90 days to see a dramatic change in my hair. And then by 6 months, I was seeing the desired results. I was seeing a change in my hydration level. I was seeing a change in the longevity of my wash and go sets. But I maintained my consistency with the plan that I came up with, which was to wash my hair every 3 to 4 days to get it in a healthier, hydrated state. And I continued that for a complete year. Within that year, I did a total of 72 or 74 washes. I looked it up one of these lives ago. Either 72 or 74 washes. And from there, I have maintained a consistent weekly routine of washing, styling my hair in no low manipulation styles. As far as wash and go, I may do two strand twists, not often. When it was longer, I would do flat twists. Um, but during that journey, in February of 2023, I became a curl coach for Curl Mix master classes. And within those master classes, oh, Lord, my light is trying to go out. Um, within within those, okay. Within those master classes, you lead a master class for 21 days, and you are helping other newbies, naturals, OGs, all in between, to help them learn this 4-step system, show them your technique, your rhythm, how you style and maneuver your hair. And during my master classes, I started educating myself more and sharing that education within my master classes within the Curl Mix community. And so I wanted to provide a space for others to learn the information that I was learning and share that information, because not all naturals are curl mixers. And so a lot of people are missing that information. And so I wanted to share it. So I created P.A.C.E Curly Coaching. And at P.A.C.E Curly Coaching, we embrace the journey of curly hair with patience, acceptance, consistency, and education. Our mission is to empower individuals to celebrate their unique curls while fostering confidence, self-love through our personalized guidance and support. When I came up with the name P.A.C.E, I was trying to think about figure out a name that I could incorporate that helped me. And the things that I needed and I continue to need is patience, accepting the process, accepting my hair, being consistent with my products, being consistent with my routine, being consistent and speaking positivity over my hair, speaking positivity within myself. And then most importantly is education. Our natural journey is a continuing learning process. Every step of the journey, how I styled and did my hair just 6 months ago is different now because my hair is shorter. This is the shortest my hair has been since I've really embraced my journey full force. And so some things changed. My technique had to change because my hair is not as long. I wouldn't say like my products kind of did change because I ended up getting color, and so I had to be at that consistency part. When you have color treated hair, you have to be on a consistent regimen and routine so that your hair doesn't get damaged. And so it's a continuous learning process and journey. So that continuing education and learning is part of that process. And so that is where P.A.C.E Curly Coaching came into play, and main chat live stream. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Please feel free to share this live, tag a friend, tag a cousin, tag someone, because someone is out there struggling in this space of natural hair, and maybe they're considering transitioning, but they don't know what to do or how to do it, what products to use. It's different for all of us. So we want to be able to help those individuals. So, as I stated, we are going to be discussing the role and functions of our shampoo, understanding shampoo. And so, before I get into that, I always like to encourage everyone, if you're just catching part 13 and you like, oh my God, like, what is she talking about? Because I'm going to be using some terminology and words that we've discussed in other lives and other episodes, because as I stated, from day one, we're building a foundation, and every week to week, we are building on the information that we learned from the previous week. So there may be some things that I'm talking about that you're unfamiliar with. I always encourage you to go back and catch parts 1 through 12, and they are all actually on my page. They are in the P.A.C.E Curly Coaching community, and they are also on my YouTube channel, which is P.A.C.E Coach Trell and Sunflower, my hair. And so all of that information is there, so please feel free to catch up on it. So as I stated, our shampoo is one of the most important products that we are using on our hair. We need our shampoo because it is a cleanser. So, shampoos contain certain surfactants, aka cleansing agents, thickeners, proteins, foam boosters, and other ingredients. So, those are the things that our shampoo is made up of. Our shampoo is composed of 40 to 70% water. Shampoos are somewhat acidic. They are formulated at a slightly higher pH than our conditioners, and that is because they lift the cuticles to remove products, dust, dirt, oil, and other debris that are in our hair and on our scalp. Our shampoo's cleansing ability is determined by its surfactant content, which is the cleansing agent. A typical shampoo contains 15 to 40% of its surfactant, and many feature multiple surfactants. Surfactants are attracted to both oil and water, and they are divided into categories based on the particular ionic charge. So we talked about ionic charge when we started talking about pH, which I think was part 7. Please don't quote me, but we talked about pHs and charges, negative and positive charges, in a prior episode. So please go back and catch that. So surfactants can have a negative charge, which is called a anion. It could have a positive charge, which is called a cation. It can have no charge, which is a non non-anonic. I don't know. Non-anonic. I think that's how you say it. And then it can have a amphoteric amphoteric charge, which means the charge changes according to the pH level of the product. So those are the different charges that the surfactant can have in for the shampoo, the different categories that the shampoo charges could fall in. So our hair carries a negative, which is an anion charge. And so most surfactants, again, aka cleansing agents, are designed to be negatively charged. Negatively charged anionic surfactants are the best cleansers because they're not attracted to hair and cannot bind to it. So we want our cleansers to bind to the oil and the water and not necessarily the hair itself. Negatively charged anionic surfactants are attracted to the positively charged oils along the surface of the cuticle, which rinse cleanly from the hair. Sulfates are surfactants used in shampoos. Sulfates are harsh cleansing agents that vary in their stripping power. So I think I kind of talked about this last week. In the past, before I came across Curl Mix, the shampoos that I used to use used to leave my hair so dry and harsh feeling. And I thought that was normal for shampoo. I can't tell you what kind of, like, the brand that I was using, because I was using almost anything. But most of them always left my hair feeling like extremely dry and stripped. Now I know it was the cleansing agents or the sulfates that was in the shampoo. And again, sulfates are harsh cleansing agents that vary in their stripping power. So I'm going to try my best to say some of these words. So ammonium lauryl and laureth sulfates, ALS, are some of the harshest sulfate surfactants found in shampoos, followed by sodium lauryl and laureth sulfates, and then TEA, laureth sulfate, and sodium myreth are gentle sulfate cleansing agents. So I'm going to say that again. Ammonium lauryl and laureth sulfates, ALS, are some of the harshest. And then I guess followed by that, some of the next harshest would be sodium lauryl and laureth sulfates. And then your TEA, laureth sulfate, and sodium myreth are gentle sulfate cleansing agents. So when you're looking at your shampoos, hi Miss Ivy. So you're probably just joining in. So we're talking about, we're understanding our shampoos, kind of breaking down what is the role and the function of our shampoos. And so I was just talking about some of the sulfates and surfactants, which is the cleansing agents that are harsh cleansing agents that we may find in some of our shampoos. So when you're looking at your shampoo, you'll identify some of those names just by looking at your ingredient list. So black hair, our unique, curly, kinky, textured hair, doesn't respond well to large amounts of sulfate-based cleansing agent ingredients. They strip our hair of the desirable natural oils, which is that sebum oil that we naturally produce. It strips our hair of that, which our hair needs to maintain its vibrancy. And when we're using those type of harsh cleansing shampoos on a weekly basis, these harsh cleansing agents can deplete our hair of its vital moisture balance and cause the hair and the scalp to feel dry and rough. Which for me, I can definitely say that was a personal experience that I had many years of my natural journey prior to the last two. So some ingredients that you want to look for, and so this is one of those words that I told y'all I'm gonna have to use my phone so it can say it correctly, because I don't want to say it because I'm probably gonna butcher the word, and I don't want to butcher the word. I want to say it correctly so that you guys can say it correctly and know what you're looking for. I'm not even gonna try to say the word.
Cocamidopropyl betaine. Cocamidopropyl betaine.
Cocamidopropyl betaine. Cocamidopropyl. Let me take the betaine out so I can just say the first part of it. Cocamidopropyl. Yes. Cocamidopropyl betaine is a popular secondary surfactant. It is sulfate-free. That is in shampoos, which are better for our black, curly, textured hair. So, this is Curl Mix Step 1 shampoo. And that ingredient, I don't even know how to say the word, no, like cocamidopropyl
betaine.
Cocamidopropyl something betaine. Y'all got it. That is the one, two. That is the third ingredient in the shampoo. So when you are looking at your shampoos, you definitely want to see what type of ingredients they are using. And we're going to have a whole nother conversation live about reading our labels and understanding what our ingredients are. But in this day and age, we have Google. And just like I could not say that word, you can put it in Google and Google will tell you what it is. It'll tell you how to say it. It will tell you exactly what it is. The chemical compound cocamidopropyl It's a surfactant commonly found in personal care products like shampoos and body washes. So there, in this day and age, there's no reason why we should say I don't know, because we have technology in the palm of our hands. So that is a better cleansing agent that you want to look for in your shampoos, and stay away from the ammoniums and the sodium littorals and sulfates, because they're harsher. They're stripping of our hair. And it's okay to use a harsher cleansing shampoo when needed, but it's not a shampoo that you want to use on a weekly basis, because, as I stated, it depletes our hair of its natural oils, and it leaves our it throws off our moisture balance and causes our hair and scalp to feel and it causes our hair to feel dry and rough. And so, as I stated earlier, in our shampoos, it have cleansing agents, it have thickeners, it have you can find proteins, you can have foam boosters, and other ingredients. So, foam boosters are a class of surfactants that enhances the thickness of shampoo lather. The lathering ability of a shampoo is a important feature of our shampoo. A great lather and foam enhances the spreadability of the shampoo throughout the hair. So if any of you have ever watched me do any of my live wash days, whether it was on this page or in the master class or on the Curl Mix main page, anytime I would put my shampoo in my hand, I would emulsify it. Basically, you're just rubbing it and spreading it around, so that, for one, you're activating the ingredients, you're spreading around, and it allows you to place it throughout your hair versus taking a glob of shampoo and throwing it in the hair. Like, you can eventually spread it, but it's going to cost more work. So, and that helps to incorporate that lather, which makes it spreadable around the hair. Lather is formed when surfactant molecules surround air molecules rather than oil molecules. A great lather is an indication that the hair is clean and that no products or residue are present to reduce the lather. So I've had this question asked during my live washes. How do you know when your hair is cleansed? How do you know if you need a second wash or a third wash? And the answer to that is your lather. Typically, I shampoo twice. And my first shampoo is either with like a gentle cleansing shampoo, or if I'm doing like, now my routine is I use a protein shampoo for my wash week. For, let's say, week 1 I'm using a protein shampoo. Week 2 I'm using just a moisturizing shampoo. But during my week 1, I always follow up with a moisturizing shampoo. And then the second week I only use this shampoo, but I'm going to cleanse twice with this shampoo. And that is because my first wash I may have a okay lather, but by the time I go back and do that second wash, I have a really good lather. And that lets me know that my moisturizing shampoo has more moisturizing ingredients versus cleansing, but it's still a cleanser, if that makes sense. But that's how you know when your hair is clean. It's the lather. You're looking for a good lather. And depending on the type of products you was using, as far as your stylers, if you're using like eco styling gel and spritzes and mousses and all type of stuff, and it's silicone based or heavily oil based, you may need a good stripping shampoo to remove all of that gunk off of your hair, and follow up with a moisturizing shampoo. So honestly, it really just depends on what you're using. It's going to determine the type of shampoo that you use. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you'll know that your hair is cleansed based off of your lather. Welcome, Miss Simone, Southern California. I got 3 Californians in the building. Um, so that was the breakdown of understanding shampoos. Um, so for those that are, hi Miss Daphne, repping North Carolina, Cali in the building. Okay, okay. So just to kind of summarize what we just kind of just went over for those that were just coming in. So we were breaking down understanding our shampoo. Um so understanding shampoo and the role that it plays in our hair care. Um Shampoo contains cleansing agent, which is called surfactants. Their key role is to remove dirt, oils, and debris, and whatever other stuff that is on the hair and scalp. Shampoos contain thickeners, proteins, foam boosters, and other ingredients, which that's what makes up a shampoo. A shampoo is composed of 40 to 70% water. They are formulated to be slightly acidic with a higher pH than conditioners, and they're higher in pH because their purpose and role is to lift the cuticles so that the hair can be cleansed, to remove the things that is designed to remove, which is the dirt, the oils, the breeze, environmental sweat, all of those things. Surfactant again is a cleansing agent. It is a molecule that's attracted to both oil and water. It is essential for the cleansing of our hair and scalp. A shampoo contains 15 to 40% of surfactants, which is the cleansing agent, in combination with some other ingredients such as the foam boosters, thickeners, proteins, different things like that. Our surfactants, which is the cleansing agents, can be broken down into different categories based off of their ionic charge. So if it has a negative charge, it's best cleansers. It repels hair, but attracts the oil for effective removal. So the negative charge, it's attracted to the oil and the water. A positive charge is attracted to the hair, but not commonly used in shampoos, which is a cationic charge. Anionic charge is a negative charge. A non-ionic charge, it has no charge, which is less common in shampoos. And then you have a amphoteric, which is the charge varies with the product's pH. So we talk about charges and pH. I believe if you go to episode 7 is where we talk about pH and the different charges. I believe. Don't quote me. It's one of those. And then we talk about our sulfates, which can be found in shampoos. Sulfates are common anionic surfactants that can vary in harshness. So the harshest would be the aluminum lyryl sulfate, which is abbreviated ALS, and ammonium lyryl sulfate. A moderate sulfate would be sodium lyryl sulfate and sodium lauryl sulfate. And then a gentler sulfate is ETA lauryl sulfate and sodium myryl sulfate. These impact our hair because these sulfates, they strip the hair of its natural oils, which is vital to our hair moisture and the the suppleness of our hair. And so when we use these harsh cleansing agents frequently, this can lead to dry, rough hair and an imbalance of our moisture level. Hi, Janelle. Thank you for joining, y'all. So I'm just recapping what we talked about as far as like just the shampoos. A sulfate-free option. Um, y'all gonna make me happy. So, cocoa metaprobol betine. I probably said it wrong. You have to go back and catch the replay when I had Google said for me. I told y'all I was gonna be using my phone because I was probably gonna messing up some of these words. But that is a gentler secondary sulfate that is used in sulfate-free shampoos, which are better suited for black hair. As I stated, this is Curl Mix Step 1 shampoo. This is considered a all-purpose gentle cleansing shampoo. And the sodium, the cocoa metaprobol betine is the the fourth ingredient in the shampoo. So reason why I love them is because they use ingredients that are great for our hair. They're very intentional about the products that they use, because the CEO, she used the products herself, and I seriously doubt if she'll be making product that she's not proud to use, and she used them quite faithfully. So that's a better sulfate-free ingredient that is used in shampoos that are more suitable for our black hair. Our foam boosters and lather. Foam boosters, they enhance the lathering ability of the shampoo, making it easier to spread and move across the hair. Our lather indicates the cleanliness as the sulfate surrounds air molecules instead of the oil. Reduced lather suggests that product buildup or debris has been removed from the hair. So a great lather is an indicator that your hair is free of product, debris, pollens, environmental things, all of those things, oils. So you can do a wash the first time, your first wash, and have a great lather and move on to your conditioner. You do not necessarily need a second wash. For me, I personally do a second wash. So as I was showing you guys, this right here, these are the two shampoos that I use on a weekly basis. I use this every other week. I use this moisturizing shampoo every week. And when I only use this, I'm definitely washing twice. But I use this once and this once in a week. And I use this twice in a week, depending on the lather. Most times, I definitely have to go in for a second lather with my moisturizing shampoo. But your lather is a indicator of if your hair is cleansed and free of debris and buildup. So the key takeaway for tonight that I want you guys to understand is that our hair, our black hair, our unique hair, our coils, our kinks, our textured hair benefits most from shampoos with gentle, sulfate-free cleansing agents that maintain moisture while effectively cleansing the hair. Hence, you have to use your resources, your technology, your Google, all of the technology that's accessible for us today to help you better understand what type of products that you're using. Put it in Google, it'll give you a whole breakdown. And for me, that's how I kind of got into this, because I was like, what is this? And then I'll look it up, and then it'll tell me about some other ingredient. I'm like, what's that? And then next thing you know, I'm knee deep into ingredients, which we'll actually have a live about that in the next couple weeks. So that was our live stream of main chat tonight, which was understanding shampoo. I was debating if we would go into the second part of this, which is actually understanding the different types of shampoo. But I think I will save that for next week, which I did bring all of the products up here. But we're already at 48 minutes and I don't want to keep y'all longer. So I'll let y'all decide. If you would like to continue this conversation and we go take the next level and start talking about the different types of shampoo, let me know in the comments if you would like to continue this understanding your shampoo, or would you like to have this conversation next week. I have all of my materials, so I'm going to leave it up to you all. Hey, Patsy. So, Patsy, you just missed the whole breakdown of understanding shampoo. But you can definitely always catch the replay of tonight's live stream, Understanding Your Shampoo 101. And so I was letting you all know I would like next week, okay? So I was giving everyone the option if they wanted to continue the conversation of the different types of shampoo this week or next week, but which I'm agreeing with Miss Debbie to have that conversation next week so you guys can retain what we just discussed. Hopefully, I hope you take this opportunity to go look at your products that you have, look at your shampoos, and see what type of ingredients they're using and Google those ingredients and see, are they great for your hair? And me personally, that is why I am a curl mixer. And for these last 2 years, I've only exclusively used Curl Mix because I know they use quality products. I know they are intentional about their ingredients. I know that they are only going to give us the best products. I know that they're not using cheap ingredients. I know they're not using product ingredients that are higher in pH, which we understood that ultimately that's not great for your hair on a continuous use basis because it lifts the cuticle. When our cuticles are lifted over extended periods of time, the hair becomes unmanageable. It starts to mesh with the other strands. It's more tangly, it's more dry. It's just not a healthy state for your hair to be in. And so that's why I stick to the brand that I know, because I know that we're using quality products. But that was our episode for tonight. Always remember that P.A.C.E Curly Coaching is here to support you on your natural hair journey, whether you are undecided about what type of products to use, whether you are undecided about how to go about transitioning into natural. Should you big chop? Should you let it grow out? If you want to come out of the braids, come out of the wigs, wherever you are, P.A.C.E Curly Coaching is here to support you on that journey. You can go to PACECurlyCoaching.com and you can book a free hair Q&A assessment, and we talk about your hair, where you are right now, what your goals are, where you would like to be. And if you decide that you want to continue, we'll come up with a personalized plan for you and your hair based off of your goals, your regimens, and different things like that. If you just need support, encouragement, P.A.C.E Curly Coaching is here. If you're struggling in the shower about how to style your hair and you want to bring me in the shower with you, that service is available. All of that is available at PACECurlyCoaching.com. Please make sure that you follow this page, that you are in the P.A.C.E Curly Coaching community, so that we can love on each other, share information, share our experiences, and learn from one another. That's ultimately how I got here today, is you all. You guys gave me the title Coach Trell, and I just took it and ran with it, and here we are now. So I appreciate you guys joining me. Thank you for taking time out of your Wednesday night. I hope you guys stay safe. Have a great night. And I don't think I missed anything in the comments. But yes. So make sure you share this live, and I will see you guys on the next one. Until next time.